Mike Davis is the founder, president of the Article 3 Project. Appreciate you being with us. I saw that you tweeted out about Mayor Bass. Right now, the Trump administration is using L.A. as a test case. And you said this dumb woke politician is going to end up with federal charges. She might not. It doesn't really matter. The fact is we have to get the job done, and we've got to protect law enforcement. Local law enforcement, as a matter of statute, is not even allowed to help ICE. So the president needs to protect them, and we also need to enforce the laws, especially against these hardened criminals.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Sean. President Trump campaigned on the fact that he's going to expel these over 10 million illegal aliens who President Biden illegally mass imported and paroled into America, including the most vicious terrorists in the world like Tren de Aragua and MS-13. The American people like what they heard. They gave him an overwhelming electoral mandate. All 7 swing states, 312 electoral votes. The popular vote, he kept the House. He won a comfortable margin in the Senate. And President Trump's doing the unthinkable. He's actually doing what he promised American voters he would do. And I would remind Governor Gavin Newsom or L.A. Mayor Karen Bass or any of these other state and local politicians that the Supreme Court has made crystal clear, including back in 2023 under Biden, that the federal government has the lead on immigration under the Supremacy Clause.
Well, it's called the Supremacy Clause. Yeah, exactly. And they certainly have jurisdiction, and they're doing their job. And all you're getting, why would you complain about when the arrest of murderers and child molesters? Explain that part to me. Because the people of California, I don't think they're complaining about it.
No, this is like a 95-5 issue that President Trump is going to expel terrorists, murderers, rapists, robbers, carjackers. I think 95% of Americans would go along with that. But these Democrat politicians are so beholden to their Marxist base that they're going to do the most irrational things, like support the rioters as the president of the United States is calling up the National Guard to defend federal law enforcement who are under attack. And the reason federal law enforcement is under attack is because Governor Newsom and Mayor Bass refuse to do their jobs. They refuse to protect their cities. This is unacceptable. And I would say to these state and local politicians, there is a difference between sitting back and doing nothing to help the federal government. You may lose your federal funding, but if you affirmatively obstruct federal law enforcement, if you affirmatively obstruct the president's deportation of illegal aliens, you are committing very serious federal crimes. You're committing crimes under harboring illegal aliens, conspiracy, aiding and abetting. I don't think that Mayor Bass or Governor Newsom understand that if they cross that line, we have a new sheriff in town this time, and her name is Attorney General Pam Bondi, and she's not messing around.
All right, quick break. More on the madness. Now we expect 35 cities to have protests over the weekend. Mike Davis, founder, president of the Article 3 Project, on the other side. Then we'll get to your calls, 800-941-SEAN. All right, we continue with Mike Davis. He's the founder, the president of the Article 3 Project, as we talk about the madness in California and other sanctuary cities and states. I had Pam Bondi on the show 2 nights ago, and I said, we already know what Karen Bass and Gavin Newsom are going to do, and that's nothing. They're just going to complain about enforcing the rule of law. Okay, I get that part. What is the federal government going to do? And she was very clear, as has Kristi Noem been very clear, Tom Homan been very clear. Their answer is, we are going to do our job. That's what they're going to do. Now, if you look at the people that have been arrested, homicide, burglary, drugs, and possession and selling of controlled substances, lewd action against children, lewd and lascivious acts against a child under 14, battery, spousal abuse, drug trafficking, drug manufacturing, weapon possession, money laundering, threatening crimes with the intent to terrorize and battery, Human smuggling. I mean, do I need to go on? How much more do we have to know about all these people? I mean, I can give you every case in point that I have because there's a lot of examples of this.
Remember, the same leftist politicized and weaponized intel agencies and law enforcement to go after not only Trump and his top aides, they went after his supporters on January 6th. They persecuted them. They went after parents outraged by gender chaos and the resulting rapes in high school bathrooms. They went after pro-life elderly Christians praying at abortion clinics. They hunted down January 6th defendants for 4 years. But when President Trump wants to go after the most vicious and dangerous illegal aliens in the world, he's running into this opposition, this fierce opposition from these Democrat politicians. And it's sad. This is not my parents' or grandparents' Democrat Party. These are not liberals who love America. These are leftists. They're Marxists. They hate America, and they're trying to destroy it from within.
You're bringing something up that we brought up yesterday and played on TV last night. Let me play for you Bill Clinton, and you tell me what has happened to this party. Listen.
All Americans, not only in the states most heavily affected, but in every place in this country, are rightly disturbed by the large numbers of illegal aliens entering our country. The jobs they hold might otherwise be held by citizens or legal immigrants. The public service they use impose burdens on our taxpayers. That's why our administration has moved aggressively to secure our borders more, by hiring a record number of new border guards, by deporting twice as many criminal aliens as ever before, by cracking down on illegal hiring, by barring welfare benefits to illegal aliens. We are a nation of immigrants, but we are also a nation of laws. It is wrong and ultimately self-defeating for a nation of immigrants to permit the kind of abuse of our immigration laws we have seen in recent years, and we must do more to stop it.
I mean, he sounds like Donald Trump.
It's a completely different Democrat Party. That was my parents' and grandparents' Democrat Party back then. I'll tell you what, today's Democrat Party is controlled by the Obama people, China. The Democrat politicians of today are beholden to the Marxist base, and they're going to scare the hell out of the middle of our country when they see videos of these foreign terrorists flying foreign flags, burning police cars, burning down buildings, stopping traffic, and then the Democrat politicians are siding with this and trying to stop President Trump from putting this down. The Democrat Party is insane.
We appreciate your time, Mike Davis. 800-941-SEAN if you want to be a part of the program.